Because there's one thing next to his name. QB. That's why he got that amount of money.
So I agree. I don't think he deserves to be the most highest paid player in the NFL.
A game that is supposed to be a team game, they value that one position so much that he gets overpaid.
I think he was a big baby in the first place. He got drafted by the Chargers and he pouted and cried.
Oh, don't even get me started on that crap, because Phillip Rivers was happiest about that. He didn't have to go to New York.
Yeah.
He went to San Diego.
So I was like, dude, are you serious going to be a little baby about this? But I don't think he deserves to be the highest paid player.
No.
It's ludicrous to think
he's going to get paid.
Yeah,
he'll get his pay because they're going to overvalue your present. The stuff you do in the present should be what you're evaluated by, not the stuff you did in the past.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff you're doing right now is what you should get evaluated by, not the stuff that you got in your trophy case.
All right, what's your expectation for RG3?
To get hurt?
There's no favor in him whatsoever.
I have no. People are arguing. Well, is it the coach or is it Robert Griffin III?
How many coaches have been through already?
2. But is it Jay Gruden don't like him and he doesn't fit Jay Gruden's system, or does he not like Jay Gruden? Or, I don't care.
Yeah.
He's overhyped and injury prone. Way overhyped, way injury prone. He wears Adidas. He's going to get hurt. That's my sense in it. But to me, he's just an overhyped machine of getting hurt.
Yeah,
and you can't blame it on, well, this Jay Gruden system has him run. No. Jay Gruden's system, but here's the one thing, Washington's offensive line sucks.
Yeah.
He got clobbered the other night. He got legit clobbered. And a guy that gets clobbered and has a history of injuries is not going to be a good quarterback.
Well, yeah, against protection.
And that's it. So my expectation is he's going to get hurt because they can't protect him.
And you hear all these criticisms where he's got to be in the pocket quarterback and not run out the pocket and try to pass the ball.
But when he runs, he gets killed. When he stands in the pocket, he gets killed. Anywhere he goes in Washington, he's getting smacked right in the face. So my expectation is he gets hurt again. And you have to go back to the Colt McCoy show.
Colt McCoy and what is it, Kirk Cousins?
You're going to have to go back to the Colt McCoy show. Because Kirk Cousins is fucking horrible, too.
So pretty much the same thing with Washington, huh? 4-12, probably even worse.
Yeah, it's probably going to be about the same.
About the same.
Yep.
Which matchup from this division are you eager to watch?
Oh, of course, Dallas and Philly. That's the
only
only matchup there is. The only matchup there is.
Now, which one you prefer? Do you prefer it in Dallas or prefer it in Philadelphia?
I think Philly will win it. I like Philly.
I mean,
what game to watch?
What location?
I want to see the one in Dallas. Because I want to see what DeMarco Murray does when he starts running through that shitty ass defense that Dallas has.
Oh, dude, can you imagine that crowd?
Just booming through everybody.
That crowd is gonna be vicious that day.
And it's gonna be fun. And while we're on this division subject, dear New York Giants, the Jacksonville Jaguars DBs were not targeting Odell Beckham Jr. Because if they were targeting him, he would have got hit 3 times. The man didn't even hit the ground except for 1 time, and that was on his own accord trying to catch a ball. They were playing defense. Stop going, they were trying to hit him. No, if they wanted to hit him, they would have hit him. They've already turned him into a prima donna baby diva wide receiver. Because he made a few nice highlight reel catches last year.
Yeah.
And now he's on the front of Madden. Stop being a baby. Stop gator arm and stuff and catch the ball. Stop being a wuss. They weren't going to hit you. The one dude pulled up. If he wanted to hit you, he would have hit you. I hate prima donna baby wide receivers already. And then Victor Cruz was the one to say something about it. Hey, Vic, get healthy and get your ass out on the field. before you start bitching about shit. Maybe they would have targeted you.
Hey man, he's doing big things, man. He's in a few episodes of Ballers, man.
Yeah, if you worried about it, Spencer and the other guy won't have no money to worry about because you'll be out of the league pretty soon.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right, well, since you already said
yeah, we got a Ballers.
Your division.
We got Ballers reference.
I know, Ballers reference, man. Yes,
they need to make it an hour long.
It's a great show.
They need to make it an hour long,
and
or at least like 45
minutes. They said it had the best rating since
8.8 million people watched every episode.
Yeah, it was a great show, and I'm looking forward to the next season. So, I'm a predictive division winner. Kevin chose the Eagles. I think the Cowboys are going to repeat.
Oh, boo! Stop kissing your dad's ass.
I do think all the teams. I think the 12-4 record and 10-6. I think they both take a step back as far as record wise, but I still see the Cowboys winning everything like that. As long as like Kevin said in the beginning, if the running backs can stay healthy for them, I can see them pulling it out there.
You have to believe in Tim Tebow.
So, and that too, you got to believe in Tim Tebow
and the Eagles. I just have one of those feelings he's going to do something this year, and people will be like, because I think he's going to. I think he actually will make the team. He's going to be their 2-point conversion specialist.
There you go. And the way Chip run his offense.
The way Chip went for 2 in freaking Oregon was ridiculous. Yeah, he went for 2 all the time.
Tim can find a
Tim will be able to find a niche.
Exactly.
He'll be able to find his niche in the thing, and his niche is going to be coming in, and his niche is going to be 2006 Florida Gator niche, where he would come in and bulldoze when they needed a 4th and 1 or 3rd down, and that's going to be his niche. I think he's going to find something along those lines. But I do think he makes it too. Which I know I'll take shit from it, but
no, I think he makes it too.
You're a homer for that. No, I'm just seriously telling you what I think.
All right, let's move over to the NFC North. This division was competitive as well. The Green Bay Packers were 12-4. The Detroit Lions were 11-5. The Minnesota Vikings were 7-9. The Chicago Bears were 5-11. Some of the headlines in this division is Aaron Rodgers still in the elite QB status. Of course, that's an obvious yes.
You're gonna be like, what kind of question is that?
And
who thought of this one?
And then they lost Jordy Nelson for the year, as Kevin mentioned earlier about the ACL, MCL injuries. Yeah, he was a victim of that. Can Calvin Johnson jump back to top receiver status after having an off year, 82 yards per game? Adrian Peterson after having an off year with off the field issues. Do we expect him to pick where he left off at? And then who needs picking up for the Bears since Brandon Marshall was traded? Alshon Jeffrey or Matt Forte? Matt Forte had a down year, averaging 75 yards per game. So, first question is, Jordy Nelson out for the year. Does that still kind of hurt your thoughts about the Packers at all?
It's going to be a surprising answer. No, it doesn't. No? It doesn't really. And the only reason I say it doesn't is because of the guy playing quarterback. Do we always flip out because Tom Brady doesn't have a wide receiver or something like that? No, because he's number 12. No, he's number 12. He's got Randall Cobb. He's still got some pretty good guys that can come and fill in. Yeah. It's the next man up. They were like, well, Jordy Nelson on the right side. It hurts the right side of their defense. Okay, well, then you put Randall Cobb on the right side and let Aaron Rodgers throw to the right side some more, but you're throwing to Randall Cobb instead. There's a reason you gave Randall Cobb all that money.
That, and you still got an improving running back in A. Lacy running behind him. So
it's a huge thing.
This still is a great offense.
I believe if say Dez Bryant goes down for Dallas, I worry more about Dallas than I worry about Jordy Nelson going down and Aaron Rodgers. Why? Because I don't think Tony Romo is as good as Aaron Rodgers. I agree. Aaron Rodgers lifts people. Tony Romo don't really lift people. Aaron Rodgers makes every people around him better. He's one of those guys. Yes. He's one of the guys when you go elite quarterback, that's what elite quarterbacks do. Elite quarterbacks makes everyone around them better. And that's why I think that it's It hurts, yes, but it's not going to be that big of a difference.
Okay. Yeah.
Just horrible because in 2 of my fantasy leagues, I already had Jordy Nelson.
Oh, man, this is why.
Oh, it was terrible. I was like, oh. I was like, really?
This is why I do fantasy drafts like
I was like, really?
I know everybody, well, what about the surprise element? I don't want no surprise elements. Kevin will tell you 25 ACL, MCL injuries.
Now I don't want a surprise element.
No, man. I mean, I don't want nobody to get hurt, but it's just the unfortunate situation of what happens. But Aaron Rodgers, I agree with Kevin. Now,
Yeah,
I don't know if man, I don't want to give away my picks I already have, but I still think they can win a division.
Oh, I do. I definitely do.
They're still winning a division. Jordy Nelson is definitely an integral part of this team, so we don't want to go ahead and just dismiss that part of the fact. But like Kevin said, Aaron Rodgers is one of these guys that can make guys better. And what I say, he's got an improving Eddie Lacy, who's going to have to pick up more of a role in the running game to make sure you got Rodgers
and then
back.
you got your other wide receivers that are going to have to step in, like Devontae Adams and some of the other people they got that they're going to have to step in and play a bigger role. But that's where Aaron Rodgers comes into effect.
Oh yeah,
where he can pick up those receivers and make them better.
All right, Calvin Johnson. You know, everybody was talking about a few years ago. Megatron is definitely the guy who's top dog receiver in the game, and he was called an off year because he was averaging 82 yards per game, as opposed to a few years ago he was about up to 100 something.
Yeah, it was like 120 something.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
But he only played in 10 games when he scored 100. And there's your problem with Calvin Johnson. He can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field. And that's the problem you have with Calvin Johnson. My concern with Detroit's not on their offensive side of the ball. It's on their defensive side of the ball. Their offense is going to score points and everything because of all the receivers. And now they got Abdullah probably going to end up being their starting running back. He's looked very good in the preseason. Always, if running back is the easiest one for a rookie to come in and show huge promise. You're a Denver fan, you know. Yeah. Rookie running backs come in continuously all over the place and do it. All the way back to Jamal Lewis in Baltimore before. He came in and almost had 2,000 yards as a rookie. Rookie running backs can come in and have the most, out of any kind of a rookie, come in and have the most impact if they have all the other pieces in mind for him to succeed. Yeah. And they have it in there. But Detroit, really their defensive side of the ball with the loss of Sue, and that's the side of the ball you really have to look at with Detroit, is if they're going to still have that kind of defense to be able to hammer people.
Yeah.
Their offense, though, it'll come. As long as Calvin can stay healthy, that's my biggest concern with Calvin. His health, he's always hurting something or pulling something or got a hangnail or something. There's something. It's always something.
And that's the thing with Calvin Johnson. He's so strong and physical, and it's like, man, he keep having these nagging injuries.
He's big. He's big, but is he really strong and physical? He's a big dude, but you never see him really strong. You see him go up and grab the ball, but we can't really call him strong because he comes up with these weak injuries. Like he always goes down. He's big and physical at the receiver position, but strong doesn't come to my mind when I talk about Calvin Johnson. I talk about big and athletic, but strong's not my adjective when it comes to Calvin. Explosive is more of a adjective I would use for him, but strong, I can't use strong for a guy who's always getting hurt, and it's always a nagging little injury here and there.
Yeah. All right.
Next guy, though, I can call that motherfucker strong.
Speaking of next guy, Adrian
next
Peterson,
talking about strong,
having a year off with distractions, and I mean, you listen to the podcast. If you live on the rock, you should know what happened. I mean, the whole
he strong-armed his child.
Yeah, child abuse and everything like that. But me and Kevin have our own opinions about that. But we will proceed, and talk to him about in the football sense.
Unacceptable opinions, but I don't care about that.
Well, do we expect him to pick up where he left off?